Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Friday Night Chats. Friday Night Chats are, hopefully everybody can hear me. Friday Night Chats are brought to you by the Connecticut Crossroads Project. The project is a 501c3 that preserves community history through casual conversation. If you're interested in sharing a memory or perhaps hosting a roundtable or an event, please reach out to us. Our emails are, you can actually reach out to me at Chris, CHRIS, at ctcrossroadsproject.com. I just want to make sure that everyone can hear me. We had some issues with power outages and the storm. Obviously, Alex isn't here with me, so that's kind of disappointing on my end. I have no one to banter with. We just thought we'd give you a quick update. I wanted to do something tonight and then maybe answer some questions that people have. I saw some comments. So, oh, see, Alex is here. He's in the chat. A very special Alex in the chat. So I'm the panicky one, and Alex is the calm and cool one. I just wanted to get up here, give everyone some FaceTime, and we'll move on from tonight. So tonight, even though I don't have my co-host with me, I'm drinking Road Jam. I've thought a lot about doing maybe Alex and I doing a show on like brewery communities, brewery culture, wineries, something like that, because I think there's something interesting to be said there. It's interesting how a lot of these places are very family oriented, even though they're focused on something that traditionally maybe isn't considered family oriented, I guess. I don't know. So I think maybe there's an interesting conversation to be had there. Just want to make sure. Can everyone hear me? We're good as far as that. Just check my phone to see if I have any text messages from Alex. Let's see. How is everyone tonight? Sorry for the delays and the random ringing and whatnot. Okay, so Alex says I look good. Oh, he thinks I look good. So tonight we wanted to talk about, we wanted to answer your questions. We wanted to see what you guys had on your mind about the Crossroads Project, anything that we've talked about in the past, shows that you want us to revisit. So, for example, I've thought a lot more about the whole communities within communities thing. I mean, obviously that's sort of my bailiwick, and I love the idea of these sort of nodes of community that are separated outside of these main hubs. I also think that we really need to have Bill Devlin back on here. I don't know if Bill is in the chat. I doubt he is, but I sincerely think that that'd be a good thing to have again. And let's update everyone on Facebook and let them know that we are on. We are on and live. Yeah, how do y'all find out about if what we're doing? Do you go through do you follow us on YouTube? Do you follow the events on Facebook? It's been a struggle as far as trying to figure out the best way to connect with people and the best way to let people know that we're live and we're doing things. So that reminds me, I'm supposed to tell you, because this is Alex's part of the whole spiel. If you like what you're seeing, if you're not bothered by occasional technical issues, please like and subscribe to our Facebook channel. Also follow us, our YouTube channel, and follow us on Facebook. See, I'm not nearly as good at this as Alex is. questions? Any questions? I don't see anything in the chat yet. So what we thought, something that I thought we could do tonight is I thought that maybe we could talk about some past pandemic memories that have come across. So I thought maybe I'd play one of my favorites. So I'm gonna pull that up for everyone, and I'm hoping that you'll be able to hear it. Okay, let's see if this is working.
This is from Phyllis Kurz to answer the question, what did I do during the pandemic? Well, when everything seemed to change overnight, I felt a bit at a loss as to how to help, since my skill set did not include being a first responder, a medical person, or talents in any other essential function. I was also too old to personally volunteer anywhere like a food bank. However, it did not take long until I found I did have in-demand skills, as I can sew, and when I worked, was a design engineer. The shortages in masks became apparent very quickly, and my town, church, and local quilt store soon started requesting sewers to make masks for first responders, medical staff, the homeless, and at-risk folks. What ensued is a real story of cooperation, ingenuity, design adaptation, bartering, and at the heart, love for a community. Being a quilter, fabric was not in short supply, as we all tend to amass buckets full of fabric, but quarter-inch elastic that you need to attach the mask became very scarce. After I exhausted my supply, a kind lady in our town Facebook community page offered to share what she had, and I found myself feeling like I was participating in a drug deal by picking up a bag of elastic left hidden in her front yard and then depositing my finished masks in a bucket behind my quilt store. In just over a week, my quilt store provided over 450 masks, and they are in the thousands now. Being an engineer, I had to do some research into what was the most effective mask design to prevent the spread of the virus. I found the Fabric Patch Quilt Store in Washington State, run by a former nurse, put the best YouTube videos up on construction, material options, and mask effectiveness. I started making masks with non-woven interfacing sewn into the mask to serve as a filter. As a virus can easily pass through woven material, such as the cotton and bandanas, I also added sewn-in inserts of various pliable materials to provide a better seal around the nose. I went through a few iterations until a friend gave me some old electrical wire that I sliced in half to get a comfortable fit around the nose. Although my local quilt store has gone above and beyond into keeping us supplied with elastic, I did some more research on options. I found making the ties out of cutting up my husband's white t-shirts that he wears under dress shirts works great. He's retired. He doesn't need them anymore anyway. This design is more comfortable than elastic and lets you adjust the fit. After I ran out of my stash of interfacing I had accumulated over the years, I bought reusable grocery bags from Amazon and cut them up to use as a non-woven filler. Another material supply problem solved. In addition to meeting the initial requests for the first responders, medical staff, homeless shelters, and at-risk community members, I provided masks for family and friends. Some of them have since requested more masks for their relatives, which I've also been able to provide. People have wanted to give me something for the masks. I can't charge them anything because they really don't cost me anything but my time. So instead, I've requested donations be made to Food Share or Masks for Heroes, an organization supplying protective equipment to medical people. One friend wanted masks for her family and was dismayed to find out Amazon wanted $18 a piece and that they would be delivered at the end of June, which really wasn't going to help her very much. I made her 10 for her entire family. She was so incredibly grateful and insisted on doing something personally for me. To my delight, I am now fully stocked with toilet paper, probably for the rest of the year. Another friend swapped homemade canned peaches and some for prized perennials that I'd been eyeing for Mass for her parents. She called it trick-or-treat Corona style. At this point, I've made about 80 masks. There were times when I felt like I wasn't doing much until the thank you notes from hospitals, homeless shelters, and at-risk folks started coming to my little group of quilters who have all been as busy as I have been sewing masks. I know two of my sisters have been busy doing the same thing. Honestly, some of them made me cry and have motivated me to make as many as I can until this is over. My minister has shared that she finds it very gratifying to deliver them to people. They are so grateful. In addition to providing protection, I think the mask serve almost as great a purpose in reminding people that they are loved even by strangers. When we look back at these times, I'm hoping people can remember the acts of kindness demonstrated towards them as what helped them get through it, and I'm happy that I can be part of it.
So that was Phyllis Kurz, who's my mother-in-law. I think there's a lot of beauty in what Phil had to say, and I encourage all of you to sort of leave your own imprint on this, and a number of you have, and we tried to make it sexy and pull people in by encouraging you to do it, to get a gift card, and it's still there. You can still get your gift card, but the importance of this is much bigger. It's bigger than all of us, and it's going to have ripple effects from those of you who just had kids and are dealing with the pandemic in a very isolating way. I mean, it's isolating for all of us, but for new parents, my heart goes out to you. To those of you who have little kids who you're learning to educate, or you're learning to teach them how scary things can be without scaring them. This project, as much as it's about history, is about preserving your memories and preserving who you are. And I really hope that you'll throw some memories at us. And maybe once this is all over, we can just have a conversation. I wanted to share another one. So this is a 6-year-old named Micah from in Litchfield County. He says, "Hi, my name is Micah, and during the pandemic, I was happy being home with my mom and dad. I was very, very, very sad because I missed my friends and my teacher. I love spending time with my dog and going to school in my pajamas. I miss going to recess." So let's see. This is Mason, age 6. "I felt different because I couldn't really see my friends, but in distance learning we had some Zooms. Zooms are like when you see people on screens, like on iPads or even sometimes phones." I mean, they're internalizing this in their own way, right? They're experiencing this in their own way, and that's why I think memories from little kids are just so spectacular. And I hope down the road maybe we can have some conversations, some full-on Connecticut Crossroads conversations with some little guys, because it sheds light. They have perspective on things that I don't think any of us can see. So, are there any questions from anybody out there after I cried on screen? I know we have 5 people in the chat. I know some of them are Larsons. I don't know who else is out there. I'd love for you to say hi. let us know that you like what we're doing. But yeah, I know it's getting late too, and we usually stop by now, but we were a little delayed, so I'm gonna go a little bit longer. Um, I just got a message from Alex asking if I wanted to try to Zoom stream, and let's not risk it tonight, Alex. Um, so yeah, I think so regarding the Crossroads project and moving forward, once all of this is done, I want to encourage, or at least once it reaches some form of normality, if it ever does, I want to encourage everyone to have a conversation with us. If you're unsure what we do, how we do it, I'd be more than happy to chat with you. Um, and I also encourage you to nominate folks for the Judy Burroughs Awards. They're still going on. We're accepting nominations until September 1st. So please, please, please do that. I'm also realizing that I'm not nearly as interesting without Alex. So there is that too. But anyway, folks, I think we're at a good point for stopping. And I hope you all have a lovely week. Hopefully we don't lose power next week, and everything goes smoothly. But I think it's important for us to get out and see you all in this virtual context. Please bring those questions, throw them at us when you get a chance. And if you have pandemic memories, you can send them off to Chris at ctcrossroadsproject.com. I always want to throw an org in there. Also, I encourage you in your free time to check out, if you're on Facebook, and I'm assuming most of you are because that's how people tend to come across this. Check out a great group. It's called, the Historical Monuments Society of Connecticut is great. It was created by a new board member, Eric Hahn. But he also has this great group called, I'm stalling here because I want to get the name correct. It is called Connecticut Happenings. So yeah, go get connected with folks in Connecticut, see what's going on, because there's a lot going on. And actually, I really wanted to talk about, I want to start highlighting events in Connecticut, sort of like what Eric does, but maybe one or two events when we do these chats, not taking away from the amazing work that people do on Connecticut Happenings. So we hope to see you all soon, and we just got another view, so yeah, hi new viewer, and goodbye, and have a great week, everyone. Good night.